So since Portlanders generally don't have a great time driving in the snow, I, as a former New York, Massachusetts, and Minneapolis resident, thought I could give you a few tips here. So first of all, the main thing is just do everything slower than you normally would. Don't stab the gas, don't stab the brake, you'll lose control that way. You can also start out in second. This car's an automatic, but it actually has a winter mode, which what that does is make the transmission start off in second gear, and that actually helps a lot. So you could see how the same thing would work with a standard transmission if you just did that yourself with the stick shift. You can also bring a dog with you in case you feel like you might need to send someone for help. I'm not sure my dog will be good at that, but hopefully we can avoid that possibility. Alright, here we go. It's much slower to get going with the car in second, but it does keep the wheels from spinning. And the nice thing is, it hasn't really been above freezing, so the snow hasn't melted and created ice under the snow yet, so as far as it goes, it's actually relatively easy to drive on. Really, the main thing is do everything less severely than you normally would. A lot of people you see really just getting on the gas, trying to get traction, and that's the worst thing you can do. You really just have to have a light touch on both the accelerator and the brake, and keep your steering inputs to a minimum. Try to plan ahead if you see a curve coming up. Make sure you scrub off enough speed that by the time you turn, you're not going to have forces trying to pull the car sideways. So you want to look ahead, plan for what's coming up, and do everything slower than you're used to. It's probably best to stick to the main roads in a situation like this. Usually I like to go on the back roads. A day like this, you want to drive on what's been already driven on the most. Keep your momentum. Don't rush to a stoplight and stop and then try to start up again. If possible, time it so that you hit the green with some forward momentum. It's a lot easier to keep going even if you just have a little bit of momentum than if you come to a complete stop. Of course, this is completely irrelevant to anyone who owns a Subaru or an Audi Quattro. So good for you guys. You'll be the stars of the roads today. It helps when your dog just stares at you the entire time. Really helps with concentration. There's a guy who thinks he can take up the entire road, apparently. Lack of spatial awareness seems to be a real problem for Portlanders when it comes to piloting anything with wheels. Coming up a little hill, no problem at all. We don't need any Good Samaritans right now, maybe later. This doesn't have chains or studs or any special tires, just regular all seasons that are in pretty good shape. Alright, so made it to sort of the halfway point. I'm going to park here and walk the rest of the way in. But everything was fine. Just got to take it slow, nice and easy. Good luck, everybody.